Something strange is happening in the skies. A program meant to uncover the truth is now facing an uncertain future. Are we getting too close to answers some don't want us to find? In the south, eerie lights flicker in the night, appearing then vanishing without a trace. Legends blame restless spirits, but could something much deeper be at work? And in the halls of royalty, whispers of the past refuse to stay buried. When the veil between the worlds thin, who might be listening? The stories are real, the drinks are too. And we all know words is hard, but it's too late. You're here, and so is the Paranormal 60 news crew. Dave, Chachi, Sweet Tea, and Greg, with the only news you need to know. We cover them all next, right here on the very best in Paranormal Talk Radio. I'm Dave Schrader, and this is our Paranormal 60 news. Good evening, my darklings. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Wednesday night. That can only mean one thing. It's Prince Spaghetti night. No, that was, I think, Mondays or Tuesdays. Well, then it must be the news. It is time for the news. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only, the paranormal detective himself, Greg Lawson. Good evening, Greg.
Hello there, old buddy.
How are you this evening?
I'm doing well, man. I'm all jazzed up and clean and ready to do this thing.
Nice. I appreciate you showing up clean for a change. It's a good change of pace. What are you drinking tonight, Greg?
Thanks, buddy. I am drinking some rum and Coke.
Oh, I see. I've begun to sway you to my way. You know what?
Yeah, I thought
one of the listeners told me try orange Fanta and rum. Holy Hannah. What a game changer. Yeah.
Well, this takes me back to junior high school.
Oh, it takes me back to last week when I was drinking rum and Coke on the show. Remember? I like that. Yeah. Was that
did we do that last week?
Oh no, that was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Things are I've been on the road a lot, so I apologize.
I know.
Let's bring on our next news anchor, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from somebody's basement, somewhere else. It is the one. It is the only. It is the saltiest tea of all the sweet we know. Wow. It is Sweet Tea.
You know it is.
Oh, hi guys.
Yeah. Oh, good energy. I like that. Way to bring.
Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm so glad you're clean, Greg. That's very exciting.
Are you? Do you need to clear your throat?
God,
yeah, I've got a thing going on.
Well, you're gargling with Tic Tacs or something. What are you drinking, Sweet Tea? What's your concoction?
As you may know, I am between jobs and homes, and I got no cocktail money, so I've got the finest wine from 7-Eleven, $9.99 approximately. I don't know, white of some kind.
Fancy. That is some.
Job?
Is it box wine?
Mm-mm.
You're not
But it
even.
doesn't have a screw top.
Oh, very nice. Screw top. Good. Would you like to smell the cap?
No, I'm good.
Bonsai says prison wine. Hell yeah.
Yeah, prison wine. I like it. Okay, listen. I don't know where you guys sit on this whole philosophy, with horror movies, suspense thrillers. The movie Silence of the Lambs is considered a horror movie. Do you think that's a fair assessment, Greg? You're a cop or a former cop.
I don't think it's I guess you could do the horror movie because it was scary, but that's a thriller, man. That's a police procedural thriller,
right? Like a suspense thriller. Is that where you're coming in on it too, Sweetie?
Yeah, I mean, I guess when it was released, I can see why it was horror, but I don't know about horror. There's murder, and there's murder in horror movies, so I guess I don't know.
I think maybe the horror part was Buffalo Bill tucking it in and doing his little dance. That was kind of horrific.
Everybody does that.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody?
Everybody. I don't know what you're doing, but we are.
I'll tell you what I'm doing.
It's time now for Upon Further Review.
I myself am a big fan of Silence of the Lambs, and I'm a big fan of the movie Hannibal and the prequel Red Dragon. I'm also a fan of Hannibal Rising, the movie that takes us through his youth. And I have got a new show that's old, but that's why it's Upon Further Review. I have been watching Hannibal, starring Mads Mikkelsen. And if you have not watched his show, my darklings, tune in. This has a really interesting element of a crime procedural TV show with some real suspense thriller additions to it. And then there is the fact that Will, the kind of lead investigator for the show, he's empathetic. He has like this almost like a sixth sense that when he goes into a crime scene, he can kind of wipe away all of the crime and then kind of imagine how it all played out. And it's really, really well done. I wasn't sure, I'm an Anthony Hopkins fan. I love the Hannibal Lecter movies with Anthony Hopkins. I enjoy Mads Mikkelsen. I think he's a great actor, but to me, there's only one Hannibal Lecter. So I really held off watching the show. But in a blurry fury about a week ago when I couldn't sleep and I was waking up at 4 a.m. and there was nothing else I wanted to watch, I turned on Hannibal. And with that said, I'm now through 2 of the seasons because I can't get enough of it. It is a beautifully done, beautifully shot, well acted, well written. And it follows, it's kind of like an alternate universe for the Hannibal Lecter series because they definitely made it more contemporary. Things are taking place in now. It is it's really well done, and they've changed some of the history. So what you think you can expect, they've twisted around on its ear. So I watch it on Amazon Prime. It is part of whatever package I have, so it allows me to watch it. But I highly recommend get past Anthony Hopkins, clear your mind, clear your palate, clear it, and then just watch it and let it grow on you because it is a beautifully evolving program. And I know that's not a movie, but it's a series that I think you're going to really dig because it does have a lot of paranormal elements to it as well. Greg, have you seen the series Hannibal?
All of it. And that's one of those things that, I'm very much of a traditionalist. When something great comes out, I kind of hang on to that as it's something very special. Psycho,
Right.
and when Bates Motel came out, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, I'm not going to watch this.
Right.
First season goes by, second season, I'm, weak somehow, dark, stormy night, threw it on. Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So,
okay, well, this is about what I was watching. I didn't ask you to watch or review Bates Motel. We'll do that next week.
I thought that's what this was. All right.
No.
So, what about Star Trek? So, let's
just focus on Hannibal itself.
I want to talk about Star Trek.
Did you watch Hannibal, Sweet Tea?
No, but I do have a question for you. Is this because he just met my dad? Is this what this is about?
No, it's not. I did get a chance to meet her father, who has an uncanny in certain lighting circumstances to look a lot like Anthony Hopkins and Lecter.
Oh,
yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
You guys are cuckoo bananas, and I'm here for it. And no, I haven't seen it.
Especially because he has like that mask that Tressa makes him wear when she wheels him in to introduce him on that two-wheel dolly.
It's just about safety for all of us.
Is it? Yeah. So I'm going to say this: Hannibal, the TV series, 1 Phantom, it sucks. 5 Phantoms, it's amazing. I'm going to give the show 4 3/4 Phantoms.
Oh,
that's where I come in on this. What would you say, Greg?
It's solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would have said.
And it's got that kind of
quarters isn't solid, but go ahead.
Oh, that's pretty solid for any show.
I mean, solid would be 5 or 4. Those are solid numbers, but keep going.
Wow. I don't.
Even a 1 is a solid number. You're not going with fractions, but
about as far as building a team and working together and stuff.
Yeah, doesn't always work, does it, Greg?
Same old stuff.
Yeah. So how many Phantoms would you give it there, Greg?
Probably 4 3/4.
Very good. I like that.
That's original.
Wow.
Yeah, that phlegm.
She's bitter. Kaity Heart's joining us in a little bit. We've been trying her out to replace somebody on the show. And She's going to be back for Buy the Book, another segment sharing yet another awesome book with us. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let us begin, because that's why people tune in. That's why they pay good money to watch this show. They don't pay a penny. It's free right here on the tubes. And on
If you do, probably.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So, Sweet Tea,
Uh-huh.
the floor is yours.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we'll begin with you. You've got the very first story of the day.
Sit up straight. Inhale.
I should mention Chachi was supposed to be here. I got a message about 20 minutes before showtime saying, dude, I am still 2.5 hours out in traffic.
He is.
So
He's at
What
He's
a
at
dumb
McDonald's right now. He's got a bunch of little
He loves the
Alkaline
fillet of
bottles
fish.
lined up, and he's halfway into a quarter pounder right now.
yeah.
Anyway, do you guys want to hear about a disturbing find uncovered by a TV producer at her temporary home?
I do.
Okay, cool.
I like it.
For most, an abandoned hospital is the last place they'd choose to live. But London-based TV producer Aisha Barrett, it was home, as part of a property guardian scheme where tenants live affordably in vacant buildings to prevent deterioration. Aisha found herself residing in a long-deserted medical facility alongside over 100 other occupants. But on day one, curiosity got the best of her. Wandering around the empty halls of the hospital, she stumbled upon something chilling, a corridor lined with padlocked doors, seemingly untouched for years. Something about the space felt wrong. Then it hit her. This is the morgue, she announced in a now viral TikTok video. As she walked deeper into the corridor, the atmosphere grew heavier. The doors, secured with rusted locks, hinted at a past few would dare to uncover. And at the far end, another hallway loomed, this one blocked by a wooden barrier, a stark warning sign plastered across it. No unauthorized persons.
What?
No unauthorized persons allowed beyond this point.
Huh.
Yeah, this might be a little too creepy for me, Aisha admitted, backing away from the shadowy corridor. Don't ask me to go there again. I don't want to get possessed. Her video, dripping with sarcasm and uneasy laughter, quickly racked up over 743,000 views, drawing hundreds of unnerved comments. One viewer swore they saw a face peering through the glass in the background. Another pointed out a strange lump on the floor, hinting at something left behind. Morgues serve as a temporary resting place for the dead, a holding space between this world and the next. But in the abandoned hospital with its dark corners and forgotten rooms, who or what might still be lingering? For Aisha, the answer didn't matter. Some doors are meant to stay locked. Hey, a special shout out to Winnie for continuing to message me all through that. Thank you so much for distracting me, ma'am.
She's a lump.
She's she just wants you to know you're doing a great job. She's trying to support you. She's trying to support you. Yeah, that was a good one. Nice story.
Yeah, she was trying to
Thanks.
tell you
I
that
came up
nobody
with it
could
on my
understand
own.
what you were saying.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, you sounded great. Let's
Yeah,
go on.
thank you.
It's time for our next story. And for this one, we're going to go down south, y'all. In the quiet town of Somerville, South Carolina, a spectral glow flickers in the darkness along an abandoned stretch of railroad. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Oh,
I think I just Elmer fudded right there.
Well, whoa.
Wait, Dale, I did it again. God, this is ridiculous. Let me adjust my partial. There we go. I'll try this again. Hold tight. Good thing this is just dress rehearsal and nobody's actually watching.
thank God.
Right? Whew. All right, here we go. In the quiet town of Somerville, South Carolina, a spectral glow flickers in the darkness. Along an abandoned stretch of railroad just beyond the tree line, pale orbs of blue and green light drift eerily in the night. They pulse, they hover, or as Marty would say, hoover, vanishing just as quickly as they appear, only to return again, taunting those who dare to watch. Locals whisper of a grieving widow, forever searching for her lost husband.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A railroad worker
Hard.
God, who met a tragic fate along these tracks. They say the Somerville light is her lantern, still swinging in the night as she roams the overgrown paths, eternally trapped between worlds. You know, I've seen that myself firsthand, Greg, when we were on the Jericho cruise. Sweet Tea was roaming the halls drunken at night with her flashlight, swinging it about, and she
Yeah.
was swinging, if you know what I mean.
What does
Wow.
that mean? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
it was fun. It was a great
What
time,
What
everybody.
does that
Thanks.
mean?
What?
Exactly.
I got to
What
get
does
back
that
to my
mean?
railroad story. All right. Yeah. Let's see. They say Somerville light is her lantern, still swinging in the night as she roams the overgrown paths, eternally trapped between worlds. But could something far older, far stranger be at play? Dr. Susan Huff, a
Jesus.
Man, I really should have read this story out
Oh my
loud a
God.
few times.
Oh yeah,
Dr.
you read it a
Susan,
few times and then
See,
you
now
read it
you
out
know how it
loud.
feels when you send me the stories like 15 minutes before the show.
which just for the record has
Has
never
never
happened.
happened.
Never.
Yeah.
Dr. Susan Huff, a seismologist with the U.S. Geological Survey, believes the Erie lights may have a much deeper, more unsettling origin. It could be coming from the Earth itself. Yeah, you heard me. Her research suggests that these ghostly illuminations could be earthquake lights, a rare, unexplained phenomenon linked to shifting geological forces. Oh, that I can say easily. Nice. Reports of similar luminous anomalies have surfaced in Japan, Peru, even San Francisco, often just before or after seismic activity. And Somerville, you should both know that it sits atop a seismically active fault line. Some witnesses claim that the lights appear just before the ground begins to tremble. Others swear their cars shake violently as they pass through the area without a single soul in sight. Could the Somerville light be a natural warning, a signal from deep within the earth, waiting to be understood? Or is it something else stirring in the dark? One thing is certain, the lights keep coming back, and whether it's a restless spirit or the planet itself whispering in the night, the mystery of Somerville remains unsolved.
I don't get it.
No,
They haven't figured out
Negative.
exactly what's causing it, is what.
Oh.
Yeah. I was just in Mexico.
Oh, is that
And
right?
yeah, it's true. And Lady Schrader was lounging on the bed. It was mid-afternoon because that's how we roll in Mexico. I
Mhm.
was taking stock of my resources on the porcelain throne when suddenly, out of nowhere, the ground began to shake and quake. That's not a way to go, folks. I want you to know you don't want to be caught on the porcelain throne when an earthquake hits. Truth be told,
You can
I didn't
say
feel
toilet.
I
It's
didn't know. I
fine.
don't think you can say that on TV.
Okay.
Um I did not feel it. Winnie, however, complained that the bed was shaking vigorously.
Eh.
So
Yeah.
I, being the good husband that I am, just dismissed it as
Put in-
though she's nuts. It wasn't until the later on when listeners started sending us articles, there'd been like a 7.8 earthquake in the ocean. I didn't even know. Wouldn't that be like a water quake? Anyway, huge. And I told my son Cliff, who's also on vacation with us, I'm like, yeah, Winnie thinks she felt an earthquake. He goes, I did too. I was laying on my bed and it began to shake.
Got to
So
put another peso in there and keep that shaking going.
Yeah.
I had no
Magic
peso.
fingers.
Man, that is a tough country to live in or visit because I just couldn't understand everything. Oh, can of Coke, 42,000 pesos. That seems a little pricey for a can of Coke.
But it's all coins, so it's like free money.
No, they don't. It was credit card. You just swipe it.
Oh.
Swipe it. That's all you do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris
I didn't-
Williams just showed up.
I didn't even
Hey,
know that I
Chris.
had pesos in my card. That's how weird it is.
Oh,
Hey, Chris
yeah.
Williams. You know who else is in there? Shane Pittman from the Searchers.
Wow.
Jesse from the Missouri Paracon. That's right. That's
What?
coming up at the end of this month. I don't know if people know about this or have heard about this, but it's pretty exciting. Greg, maybe
Greg, are you going to be there?
you should enlighten people about it, Greg.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay, great. Thank you.
Well said.
That's it, Jesse. That's why he gets paid the big bucks to do the marketing. Yeah, we're going to
I
be
need
at the Missouri
editing.
Paracon, and you can find more information at darknessevents.com. Many of our guest celebrities that are popping into tonight's chat are also going to be in attendance at the Missouri Paracon, so you'll get to meet all of us there as we will have a weekend of fun, brevity, and probably a couple drinks here and there. Knowing my crew.
Yeah, just
I
a
think
couple.
tomorrow night I'm going to be drinking in Tombstone.
Oh, fancy. What are you doing in Tombstone, Greg?
Oh, little strange escapes thing with some people that will be at Missouri Paracon.
Oh, so I'm trying to promote Missouri Paracon and you're advertising another event.
Well, it's the folks that are going to Missouri Paracon, we're meeting in Tombstone, get some stuff wrapped up, and then we'll be solid once we get to Missouri.
Are you talking about the pizza?
Yeah. We have another story to get to. This is exciting. Yeah, because what I'm really excited about is that I have to read 2 stories in a row because one of our illustrious newscasters couldn't be bothered to start earlier in the day driving the 5,000 miles between his homes to make sure that he's there on time. I'm talking about you, Chachi, in case you're already 4
He's
fingers
not
into your
listening.
glass.
You would think his chauffeur would be on top of that. What's he doing?
Pardon me? That's a weird way
Chachi's
to mention it.
chauffeur. What?
Hey, so were you guys, I remember in the 80s, I remember getting up early with my friend and his mom to watch Princess Di and Dumbo get married. Were you guys all about the royals at any point? Was that
Nope.
ever a big thing to either one of you?
Mm-mm.
Lynn follows all of that stuff, man. She knows everything about that stuff.
Well, then she might want to tune in for this part of the show because for the next 2 stories, we're going over the pond to say hello
Look
to
at that.
Harry, even though he's on this side of the pond now. But in a revelation that has captivated both royal watchers and paranormal enthusiasts alike, Prince Harry claims to have made contact with his late mother, Princess Diana, through a woman with powers. That's how it's written in the article. Powers. They give air quotes. Sounds a little dismissive, but in his memoir, Spare, Harry details his experience seeking solace after Diana's tragic passing in 1997. Still haunted by the loss, he turned to the supernatural, meeting with a mystic who allegedly delivered messages from his mother, words that, according to Harry, made him feel as though she was truly right there in the room with him. The woman, whom he does not name, reportedly relayed details that no one else could have known, a moment that left Harry deeply moved. But Harry isn't the first royal to turn to the paranormal. His own mother, Princess Diana, was known to have an intense belief in psychics, mediums, and spiritual advisors. She frequently sought guidance from the famous psychic Rita Rogers, who allegedly warned her of a looming danger before her fatal car crash in Paris. Rita, could we have maybe made it a little bit easier for her to understand what this looming bad thing might be? If you were that good.
What, you want a date?
I'm shaking my finger in righteous indignation, Rita. That's just my take on it. Diana, though, wasn't alone as well. Throughout history, the British royal family has had a complicated relationship with the supernatural. Queen Elizabeth I famously consulted astrologers, while King George IV claimed to have encountered the ghost of Queen Anne Boleyn in Windsor Castle. Even King Charles III has expressed a fascination with mysticism and spiritual energy. For Harry, however, the experience was far more personal, whether a result of genuine spirit communication or the mind's need for closure. He walked away from that encounter feeling a profound sense of connection to his mommy, one that death could not sever. So, was this an authentic paranormal moment, a psychic fraud, or simply grief manifesting as something supernatural? Whatever the truth, Prince Harry's experience adds yet another chapter to the long and eerie history of the royals and their encounters with the supernatural. Huh? I don't think anybody had to even take a sip during that entire story.
It was
Well
incredible.
done, sir.
That was really
Thank you.
nice, Dave.
Thank you. Should we just sit here for a minute and bask in how great I am?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
That was good,
All right.
man.
Greg, believe it or not, 4 stories in, and we're still not at the 30-minute mark, which is weird, right? This doesn't.
Oh, we're
normally
just
happen.
racing through. Like, let's
Boom,
get this
boom,
over
boom.
with, is
Yeah.
how it feels.
Chris Williams had to bail. She's like, I've had enough. I got to go.
All right. So, what story do you have for us today, Greg?
You know, Dave, since you were talking about Prince Henry or Harry or whatever
Harry.
his name
Yeah,
is, I thought,
Harry.
you know what? I kind of like his brother, Prince William.
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah, that's just, I just do.
Big
Prince
fan.
William
hmm
ponders Loch Ness monster DNA.
Is that an actual photo of Prince whatever?
It is. That is an actual photograph of Prince William.
He kind of thinks,
Pondering.
could science finally solve the mystery?
Because it looks kind of fake.
It's real.
Yeah.
Would you just shut up and let's move on?
Is that real?
Yeah, that is. This is the story. This is the article. This is the photo that appeared
Yeah, that's
alongside
him.
the article. Yeah.
It does look a little, I don't know, Bee Gees. Could he have been?
Thank
in
you,
Bee Gees?
Greg. Thank
We
you.
just read the story. That's all.
All right, okay. During a visit to Nature Metrics, a cutting-edge research lab in London, Prince William couldn't resist asking a question that has fascinated people for generations. Could DNA technology finally prove the existence of the Loch Ness monster? Dr. Kate Bruce, founder of Nature Metrics, responded with a scientific reality check. Previous environmental DNA studies of Loch Ness uncovered only, yep, you guessed it, eel DNA, leading some researchers to suggest that the sightings of the legendary creature could actually be massive eels lurking in the depths. New Zealand team had previously tested over 500 water samples, but found no traces of anything unknown. Scottish naturalist Adrian Shine, who spent decades studying Nessie, supports a more grounded explanation, claiming most sightings can be attributed to boat wakes, water birds, and natural misidentifications rather than a prehistoric beast.
No, absolutely
While
not.
modern,
Boo.
I don't know, he needs to think
Boat wakes,
outside the box.
shut your
He's
mouth, scientist lady. Boat wake.
It's a guy, Adrian Shane.
That
Shine.
sounds like a lady.
But
Wow.
while modern science continues to test the waters, the mystery of Loch Ness remains. The question is, was Prince Williams? Wow.
Yeah, it's just one.
Prince Williams.
Chris Williams. Yes.
Yeah.
Was
okay.
Chris Williams just having a bit of fun with the idea?
Yeah. Or
Hmm?
does she think that there's still maybe something lurking beneath those dark Scottish waters? One thing is for sure, Nessie's legend isn't sinking anytime soon.
You guys are saying like, oh, why would you call that person a woman? Like it's an insult. It's not an insult to be a woman, you guys. It's fine.
Who said that?
Not, it sucks. Everyone is mean and bad, but it's fine to be
I'm just
one.
trying to make sure that we're politically correct on the show.
I don't think you are.
When we're just, if people said, "Oh, okay, sweet TT," I would say that's close. Put the brakes on. It's just sweet
Mhm.
T, but there's 2 T's, so shouldn't it be sweet TT? See, I would encourage
So
them. to say
anyway,
the name
like
properly.
he's obviously a plesiosaur. There's no way it's just eels, right?
Duh.
It's crazy.
Wait, Prince William?
Yes,
He's
obviously.
a plesiosaur?
All of eels.
Have
Wow.
you not seen him?
Mating
Did you not
ball.
see that picture
I have not.
Have you ever seen a mating
they
ball?
posted?
Hey, Sarah Shaw throws $5 our way. Love Wednesday night, guys. You always make me belly laugh. Thanks again. Look at that, Sarah. That time I said your name right the first time. Because the screen doesn't lie
It's a tough
properly with
one.
I've got my bifocals and the line hits the word. So it always looks like Sarah Snow to me. And she always tells me I'm nuts for saying it that way.
Turn
Our good buddy, the sis himself. Huh? See, that's me messing up the name to show you what it's like.
Thesis.
Yeah, 1999
These-
thrown to us. My wife hates it when I lay in the bed in the wrong direction, listening to my stories at full volume, but it's 1,000% more comfy when you take up both sides while listening to the P60. That is
Agreed.
true. The
Mhm.
sis himself. And not to be forgotten, Jesse Limeculer throws $5 our way. This is the official Missouri Paracon ad. Since Greg dropped the ball so badly, Dave is the new official promoter of the Missouri Paracon. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I feel, to have that honor bestowed upon me is amazing. And I thank the Academy, specifically the Dream Academy, because I love their songs. Let's just take a quick break, just ever so quick. And then we'll come back. Hopefully, Kaity Heart will dial in on her AOL connection, and we'll have a buy the book for us to share when we come back. I'm Dave Schrader. This is the only news you need to know. And we're the only news crew you're worth trusting or something. We'll be right back right after this. A new year is here, and with Valentine's Day just around the corner, it's the perfect time to look ahead. Whether you're thinking about love, a new career path, a move, or even an investment, wouldn't it be amazing to know what messages the universe or the other side have in store for you? Well, that's where Love and Lotus Tarot with Winnie Schrader comes in. Winnie's intuitive readings can help you gain the clarity and guidance you need to carve out a new path. Life is hard enough, my friends. Why not let the cards light the way? Readings are available by phone or live video stream, so you can connect with Winnie wherever you are. And right now, we've got a deal just for you. All readings just 20% off. Use code LOVELOTUS2030 for a 30-minute session. Use code LOVELOTUS2060 for a 60-minute session, and you will save 20% off. Use the code words at checkout to receive that discount. You can book between now and March 1st, 2025 to get the special discount. Don't wait. Visit paranormal60.com. Click on the Love and Lotus tab to book your session today. Discover what the cards have to say and step into your best year yet with Love and Lotus Tarot with Winnie Schrader. I am very proud of Winnie. We did the Jericho cruise, and she, for the entire weekend, was doing tarot readings and was packed. People couldn't get enough of her. As a matter of fact, sometimes people would come together to get one tarot reading for a couple, and then they would each show up separately to get a more in-depth reading. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, it was great. I didn't have anyone to hang out with because both of you guys were busy the whole time. So good for you.
You were on a boat with thousands of wrestling fans, and you couldn't find anybody to hang out with. I'm sure our friend Tara and her husband Rian were very happy to hear you say that you had nobody to hang out with. And
they were doing their thing and having a great time. I'm not going to interrupt that. Listen.
By the way, big news. I've been asked to be on the next Jericho cruise, which will be taking place November 2026. I'm excited to be back and be aboard. And I was also given the delightful news that as long as Chris Jericho is doing cruises, I will be his paranormal guy. Wow. Thank you.
I've always wanted to go on one of those.
Well deserved.
Maybe I'll try to work on. That gives
me. Listen, you had your opportunity.
I offered the tickets to you first for the extra bonus cabin I had. I offered it to Chachi, to Marty, before I eventually had to settle on a couple of neighbors.
Begging you endlessly.
And then, no, I wasn't there yet. And then there were these two hobos that were fighting it out in a McDonald's parking lot. And I was going to take the loser because I felt like life was really dealing him a crappy hand. And when I told him, do you want to go with me? He's like, no, man, this is my livelihood, fighting bums in McDonald's parking lots. So who was I to interrupt? And then
little did you know that bum was me. I was wearing a mask and you didn't even know.
So Scooby-Doo of you. But then the sweet tea got to go. And she wore, believe it or not, Greg, 3 to 4 outfits a day.
Listen, I don't get to wear my summer outfits, but what, 2 to 3 months out of the year? I'm going to pack it all in.
We were in Miami on a cruise for 4 days. She wore 3 outfits a day, at least.
3 to 4, maybe 5.
3 to 4. It was bonkers.
Listen,
I don't want to.
I'm a sophisticated lady.
You're not the boss of me, so I'm not going to listen. But you know who could be the boss of me? Kaity Heart, the one, the only. How you doing, Kaity Heart?
Good.
Good. Boy, you're bringing in the energy. I like that. You know what? We're bringing you in for a segment that has become near and dear to my heart. So many people have enjoyed Buy the book. You got to buy the book. Come on, everybody, go out, buy the book.
It's really good.
And you're bringing books to us, and at an alarming clip, I must add. This is like 3 books in 4 weeks that you've read that you're sharing with us. And some good news, folks. Within the next few days, Kaity Heart's going to stop by my house with a box of books that she is saying I can then give out to listeners
Yes.
as gifts.
Is it signed by Katie?
No, she didn't write the books.
You should sign them. No, you should
He
sign
didn't ask that. He asked
Yeah,
if she
read,
signed it.
already read by.
That's two
as read
different
by
things.
on the Paranormal 60 News.
Yeah,
Seriously, that's
Gold.
worth-
Kaity Heart of Sanford and Son and the Duckfoot Platypus.
I mean, if
Band.
you really want me to,
Yes.
I will.
yes,
But-
please.
Find out.
You
I
should.
will find out. People love.
As read by, yes.
Do you know what
Huh.
they love almost as much as signed books by Kaity Heart that she didn't write? This.
It's time now for Paratunes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, as a very special surprise, Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg. They have a song for us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy a little Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg gypsy.
Oh,
theme.
nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were doing this.
Hey, dreamer in the sky, but I'm coming on hard. Time to spin the wheel of fortune and take your cards. You're a gambling man with a gilded heart. I'm friends with the devil in me, and my lips are filled with fire.
This is how to get in shape fast.
The best way to boost your metabolic rate.
What just happened? Oh, I
That
get
was
it.
a
I'm not
commercial.
adept at being able to shut her down quick.
Good job.
Shut her down quick.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Kaity Heart for all of you jackasses in the chat room that had nasty things to say. You're saying it about our favorite guest right below. For the rest of you that know your P's and Q's because you're good people, that was Kaity Heart.
That was hysterical. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
Some of those insults were like completely hysterical. And
Like,
I've
look at
been
this
around
insult.
forever and I
Love her
seriously don't
voice.
care.
Oh, what a jerk. Oh,
But
out of here.
Boy, shut
I-
up.
I gotta say, for those people questioning the production, I please look up who produced it.
Yeah. It was very good.
Because
Was it Dave?
Maybe.
no, the guy who produced it also worked with the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin.
I don't know
and
who
The
those
Who.
people are.
And
Those
So,
Christian names?
he's debilitated in a nursing home. What?
No,
What?
he's still
Gregory.
Look at Shane. He could not stop kissing ass, no matter where he is at
Hey,
any time.
Shane.
For the record, I said I liked it.
So there you go. Thank you, Shane. No,
That's
very
really
nice.
good impression.
Thank you. Prickly
But,
Prick said,
yeah, you know what?
Chachi
It's not
probably
for
got drunk
everybody.
and produced
It's a throwback tune.
Yeah. That's the whole concept. Plus, let's be honest, I'm playing it off of a YouTube channel onto a StreamYard channel, reproducing it out again. So the quality's
Yeah.
probably a little tinnier than you'd be
That's
expecting.
why it sounded like that, not
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
produced poorly. You guys settle down.
My volume was
TJ.
really low.
TJ Davis gets it. It was very 70s Trans Am music. Yeah.
That is what we are going for.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly. Beautifully done. All right. So we have you on the show for a reason. And I wanted to just surprise you because I do love your music, Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg. And we have a link for Kaity's band on today's program guide. So go click it, check out all the music, check out when they're going to be releasing their albums, what's going on. And you'll find all that great information. Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg. But we
Woo.
brought her here for Buy the Book. And we've got another great book to share. What is the name of this?
Woo! Yes. So this one is called What the Hell Did I Just Read by Red. What the hell did I just read? Yeah. By
Yeah.
David Wong. This is actually the third book in a series, but it can be read as a standalone alone book, which is exactly what I read it as.
Okay.
So I was kind of looking for a bunch of new books right after I read House of Leaves. So I
Mhm.
went into the nice Barnes and Noble, and they still have those, believe it or not.
Mm.
And I asked the nice young man at the desk what I could read.
Are you
And
trying
he-
to
Why are you
sneeze?
channeling Katharine Hepburn there? I asked the nice young man what I could read.
And I said, "You old poop, could you give me a couple of books to read?" And he suggested this one.
All
So-
right.
Dave, don't get me going, man.
He does
So
that.
he said that I could do what Jesse said is exactly right. So he told me it'd be weird. He
Yeah.
told me I had absolutely no idea what I was getting into. He told me that it would be like just this kind of strange thing, like it would be like reading an FBI file, that you were kind of in the book, like, oh man, as you were reading it, like, oh, are they watching me at the same time?
Mhm.
But really what it is it's again one of those multiple perspective kind of books where one chapter is one person and then it switches to the other person. But really it's kind of blending cosmic horror, absurd humor, existential dread. It's kind of this very chaotic adventure. And then all of a sudden there's government agents and eldritch horrors. It gets very into like Lovecraftian creatures. And there's a whole lot of humor in it. And I'm not a huge, like, don't get me wrong. I think Cabin in the Woods as a movie is like one of the best horror movies that's ever been produced ever.
Agreed.
Ever.
Agreed. Yeah.
Is it a horror movie?
But usually I want to watch that kind of stuff. I don't
Mhm.
necessarily want to read it. Yes, this book is full of spiders. That was just mentioned in the chat. That's part of this series. So I didn't realize that this was like gonna be like totally ridiculous. And it is. So that's not necessarily what I like to read. So just know that off the bat. This is one of the most unhinged books I've ever read in my life. If you like comedy horror, this book is for you. If you like Lovecraftian creatures, this book is for you. If you like really crass, like beyond blue collar, and Dave has been with me in person. Dave knows how blue my mouth is. I
Like a
swear
Smurf.
like an unholy sailor. Like I have to be told by my band, who all came from punk and metal bands, to shut up. And this book beyond surpasses that. Beyond surpasses that.
So blue as in swears, not necessarily.
Oh, beyond that. Beyond.
So erotica, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, we got porn shops.
Okay.
We got bikers in porn shops.
Let
We
me just
got
make some notes.
back alley nonsense. But then there's creatures in porn shops with
creatures in porn. Keep going.
with also things that I can't speak of in polite company.
Thank you.
You know,
Fantastic.
there's biker gangs, but then there's kids. So, but
look,
they're not necessarily involved in the porn shop, but they're
Well,
Why
there.
did you have to bring that up? That's
There's
weird.
just a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's some of it is absolutely freaking hysterical, but you're just in for a whole wild ride. And just when you think it gets
I will have you know that's how
more
Greg picked me
insane
up.
and more unhinged, it just goes over the line again.
Beautiful.
You know? So if you like that kind of stuff,
And who
go
doesn't?
for it, man. Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff to be into.
It's
but
a whole lot of things.
Hello.
So how many
Yeah.
ghouls?
A
How
lot
many
of that
ghouls are you
stuff.
going to give this one?
You know, for me personally, I would give this 6 out of 10 ghouls. It's not very scary. It's hilarious. It's a creature feature for sure. Yeah. So I probably won't read the rest of the series, but it's definitely if you were into the what is that, Dale and Ted? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, where it was wacky misunderstandings and murder.
That kind of stuff. If you're into that, if you're into the babysitter, this is right up your alley.
Hey, that's just a rumor, okay? That's a rumor. I barely know her at all.
Yeah.
That makes
all right,
it worse, Dave.
What the hell did I just read? Did you get that feel when you closed the book? Did you go, what the hell did I just read?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Could you see any of these books that you've brought to us over the last 4 weeks being made into a movie that would be comprehensible in any way?
Oh, episode 13, absolutely.
Okay.
That would be super easy to make. House of Leaves is impossible. This one could actually easily be made into a movie. It would be a total it would be a really fun, cheap sci-fi Sharknado kind of movie, and it would probably be awesome if they did it that way.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Sweet Tea puts in her dating profile. I'm a cheap Sharknado-like date.
That is Are you looking at my profiles?
I check for spelling errors.
If they did it in a Snakes on a Plane kind of way, it would
That's
be
too sophisticated.
It'd be kick-ass. Yeah.
You know what? Here's a funny side story. I was doing an event at the Queen Mary back in 2007.
Yeah.
And I was hosting it, and all of these people came, and a gentleman came up and introduced himself to me as the writer of Snakes on a Plane. And I go, dude, I love that stupid movie. That is one of the best. He goes, that's what I love to hear. And he goes, do you want to know how I sold the idea? And I go, yeah. He goes, well, me and my partner came in with 2 other movie script ideas. We sat there, we pitched the scripts, everything. They the heads of the network or the production company turned him down. And they go, "Do you have anything left?" And he goes, "Snakes on a Plane." And the guy goes, "Now that I'll buy." And he hadn't written one word. That's all it took, was just that title. The guy goes, "Make it happen," and he bought the screenplay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I like it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Awesome.
You know what I feel? I feel like something needs to be shared right after I share a big bomb like that. Yeah, the more you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Katie, are you? I've had people email me and ask, "Are you touring at all with your band, or do you pretty much just stay in Minnesota?"
That depends on what band we're talking
Oh,
about. I'm in a lot of different things.
we can tell by your reading choices.
Yeah. So you can always visit my website at kaityheart.com or go to my Facebook page, and I update it all the time. I'm all around the country, randomly gigging constantly.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Girl, same.
Yep.
Same.
That's
Well,
what I do, man.
we can't thank you enough. Katie, thank you for taking some time out tonight to share a song with us and your insights on the book. And maybe you'll be here next Wednesday. Maybe you won't. You guys
Yep.
left in to find out. But I should have some books relatively soon from Katie. And maybe every time you make a visit, I'll choose somebody at random from our chat room and we'll send out a book. How about that?
Sweet. That sounds
All right.
good.
Very cool. Kaity Heart, again, lead singer of Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg. Go check out the band. They're a lot of fun. They've got some great videos on the YouTubes as well. So go check that out. Sweet Tea, you have a story
Yes.
to share with us. But before you do that, could we just take, I don't know, just a moment to, again, clear the palate, focus our intentions on something a little different like this?
Did you know that radio just got a little extraterrestrial? That's right, Dave Schrader is back on radio with the Paranormal 360 every Sunday evening, 7 to 9 p.m. Central on WCCO AM 830, an Odyssey station. Just download the Odyssey app and look for the WCCO logo, follow the station, and listen live. That's the Paranormal 360 on WCCO AM 830, an Odyssey station.
No, I swear, Winnie, it wasn't me with the babysitter. I think that was Greg. They're just misinterpreting.
Don't have no babysitter.
Welcome back to the program. This is the Paranormal 60, and it's time for our unsung hero of the week to shine. Ladies and gentlemen, Sweet Tea with the next story.
I'm the unhung hero.
That is true also. You are unhung and unhinged. I like it.
I haven't even started yet. Hey, you guys, Missouri man's terrifying encounter. A 9-foot beast stalks the shadows. On a warm summer night in 1972, a young man named Steve and his friends were playing in a quiet Missouri field when an eerie sound shattered the evening air. The deep, wrenching crack of wood being torn apart. But there was no storm, no falling tree. Something or someone was out there. Then, from the dense tree line, it appeared. A massive dark figure, easily 9 foot tall, emerged from the shadows, moving with unnatural fluidity. It effortlessly stepped over a barbed wire fence as it were nothing, striding into the open field. Its hulking presence radiated something primal, something angry. Steve and his friends stood frozen, watching as the creature moved with an eerie silence. It didn't run, it didn't charge, it stalked. And then, as suddenly as it had appeared, it vanished back into the woods, leaving behind an air of suffocating unease. Now, decades later, Steve still recalls the raw terror of that moment. What was it? A mere trick of the eyes? A relic of Missouri's rich folklore? Or is there something truly unknown stalking the backwoods of America's heartland? Missouri has long been a hotbed for strange, unexplained encounters. But this one, yes, but this one, it's the kind that stays with you forever. Back to you, Dave.
Good story. Hey, I was just alerted. I guess, listen, folks, you were complaining about the quality of the song. I think that's on me. There seems to have been a problem when it was processing, it was picking up through my microphone, not playing properly through the deal. So I apologize. Just go check out the song. The quality and production is excellent. That is not indicative of the quality of the actual song. I just, like I said, just found out from a few people, it sounds like it was coming through my microphone. So
I thought that was obvious. If you did not know that, that's on you.
You might have to do a little editing in this.
Not you, Dave, but
nope,
people that are complaining.
Yeah. So check it out. Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg. Gypsy Queen is the name of the song. Yeah. And there you have it. So I'm sorry for that. I didn't realize that it was playing strangely. I don't. This system that we use has some limitations to it. Sadly,
it surely does.
From time to time, those limitations rear their ugly, ugly heads. Speaking of rearing some ugly heads, check out this news. In the quiet town of Livingston, Scotland, one of the country's most infamous UFO encounters remains a source of mystery and now controversy. The 1979 Dutchmont Woods incident is one of the only UFO cases in Scotland to be formally investigated. Let me say formally, not formerly.
Let's say that again.
Okay, I'll try it. This is still dress rehearsal, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, here we go. The 1979 Dutchmont Woods incident is one of the only UFO cases in Scotland to be formally investigated by police.
Okay.
Forestry worker Bob Taylor was making his way through the dense woods of West Lothian when he stumbled upon a large metallic dome-shaped object hovering in a clearing. Before he could react, two smaller spiked spheres rolled toward him, latching onto his trousers. Taylor described a sensation of being dragged forward as if paralyzed before blacking out. When he awoke, the craft was gone, his trousers were torn, and strange circular marks were left in the soil. Disoriented, he managed to return home, where his wife later reported his shaken state to the authorities. What made Taylor's case stand out from other UFO sightings was the physical evidence, the ripped trousers and the ground markings, which were officially documented by police as part of an assault investigation. Despite extensive analysis, no conventional explanation was ever found. Until his death in 2007, Taylor stood by his story, insisting he had encountered something beyond human understanding. Fast forward to 2024, and the case has taken an unexpected turn. Paranormal researcher Malcolm Robinson, who has spent years studying Taylor's encounter, recently attempted to donate the now legendary trousers to the National Museum Scotland, hoping they would be preserved as an important artifact in Scotland's UFO history. But the museum refused the donation, citing limited space as the reason. Robinson, along with other UFO researchers, has criticized the decision, arguing that the torn trousers are among the most significant physical evidence in any Scottish UFO case. He believes they deserve recognition and a permanent home in a public exhibit. This is an important part of Scottish history, Robinson stated. It may not be traditional history, but it is a mystery that captivated the nation and beyond. A spokesperson for National Museum Scotland responded by explaining that they receive countless artifact donations, offers, and they just can't accept everything, particularly unverified claims.
But this one was formally looked into. Like, why would they not look into something and take the evidence of something that was formerly investigated?
Despite the rejection, Taylor's trousers continue to be displayed at paranormal exhibitions, ensuring that this bizarre case and the evidence left behind remains in the public eye where it belongs. Good question, sweetie. I don't know. I mean, some museums are very hoity, and we shall only put art exhibits within the walls of our confines. And we don't want, as you call them, people's breeches.
There's a lot of comments over there about the trouser snakes that are in Scotland. Trouser snakes?
That's called large eels, and they are part of Loch Ness history. Okay, so
plesiosaur,
trout, the trouser trouts.
Greg, we're going to break this up, so I don't have two stories back to back. I want you to do the next story.
I'm not really ready, but okay. I can be. I guess.
Sure.
Okay, you ready? 3, 2. FBI UFO investigators fear job loss amid agency shakeup. Shakeup inside the FBI has agents investigating unidentified anomalous phenomena, also called UAPs, or commonly known as UFOs, worried about their job. A new directive requires all agents to complete a questionnaire detailing any involvement in the January 6th Capitol attack investigation, sparking fear that those who worked on both cases could be ousted. The FBI's secretive UAP working group, made up of a national program manager and over a dozen agents, is responsible for tracking and analyzing UFO encounters. Their work remains crucial in assessing potential national security threats, but insiders say this organization could unintentionally derail ongoing investigations. Former Navy pilot Ryan Graves, now executive director of Americans for Safe Aerospace, warns that several UAP investigators fear being reassigned or worse, dismissed entirely. This could compromise the investigation, he cautioned. God, I almost made it. The restructuring comes amid border. Oh, God.
You got it. You got this.
He's
Greg.
just
You got
drinking
it.
straight up. What are you doing there, sweetie? Are you vaping off screen?
No, I'm just taking it in.
The restructuring comes amid broader personnel changes within the FBI, with some seeing it as a politically motivated move. Experts worrying that scaled back UFO investigations could leave serious questions unanswered. With bipartisan congressional support for continued UAP research, many watching closely to see if the program survives the shakeup or if critical evidence vanishes into the shadows. Back to you, Dave.
What do you think of that, Greg? You know, that's something I didn't even consider, that with the big shakeup that's taking place in our government, all of these investigators that have been diligently working behind the scenes to try to get through and sift through the files may now be out of work.
Yeah, they're going to probably reprioritize a lot of things, so we'll see what happens. But you know, they're promising transparency and open records and all that stuff, and you know, we'll see how all that works, right? Because as we very well know, me, 42 years in government service, knows that the elected officials aren't running this. So,
I don't know about that. There's a lot of people that'll fight you on that, Greg. Fist fight you right in the parking lot, like a hobo at McDonald's.
All the people that would fight me on it are liars or don't know.
Wow, them is fighting words. Look,
I've
he's
been there, my
scrappy
friend.
tonight. Look at him.
I've been there, my friend.
He's gonna lick.
I've been
lick
on.
you off.
I've been on the receiving end of those nasty.
Of what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Mm-mm.
It's not good.
Kind of do.
Hey, we've got a great story to go out on, because who doesn't love this headline? Pregnant alien or perfect hoax? The bizarre mystery of Peru's three-fingered mummies.
What?
Yeah. If it was
I
three
love
fingers,
this
they wouldn't.
story.
Yeah, hold on. Here we go. This is going to get weird. In 2017, archaeologists in Nazca, Peru, uncovered a bizarre find: mummified remains with elongated skulls, three-fingered hands, and an anatomy unlike anything seen before. Were they ancient extraterrestrials, undiscovered human mutations, or just an elaborate hoax? Recent studies have only deepened the mystery. Dr. Jose Zalci Benitez, a forensic expert with the Mexican Navy, dissected one specimen and found a metallic implant made of an advanced alloy, raising questions about how such a material could exist in an ancient body. And then there's the pregnant one.
Yay.
Yeah. A mummy named Maria was found with an intact unborn fetus inside, something unheard of in traditional mummification. But even more baffling, her fingerprints. Dun, dun, dun. Fingerprints.
Mm-hmm.
Attorney Joshua McDowell and his team noted that instead of natural loops and whorls, Maria's fingerprints run in perfectly straight lines, something never seen in human biology. Yet skeptics aren't convinced. What a surprise. Peruvian archaeologists and the government officially declared the mummies to be man-made artifacts in 2024, suggesting they were pieced together using animal bones, paper, glue, and resin.
Get out.
So what's the truth? Are these mummies evidence of an ancient alien presence, a forgotten branch of human evolution, or just the world's most intricate hoax? Until further DNA results emerge, Maria and her unborn alien baby mystery will keep the world watching and questioning.
Wow.
Pretty big.
You have things to say about this, please.
You know,
Maybe.
Well,
May
that's
I
it for tonight.
say
Thanks a
something?
lot. We're going to sign off so that Sweet Tea can talk into the wind. Oh, wait. You have something to say, Sweet Tea? Why didn't you say so up front?
So I did a really big deep dive on these Peruvian mummies about a year ago. Very, very exciting. There was 3 of them. Then there was this pregnant one. That's part of the 3. And listen,
Fred,
guys,
yeah. Uh-huh.
listen. No one's saying that they're like otherworldly, not from this earth, but they did DNA on these mummies.
and it came up plaster.
Shut up.
Sorry.
They did MRIs. They did CT scans. They did DNA. There's no way to fake this without some really expensive stuff to fake it with. And the DNA shows that it is a hybrid of reptiles and human DNA. So they're not saying it's from somewhere else. They're just saying maybe this was a species that existed a very long time ago and no one knows about it.
It makes sense.
That's good. I like that.
Dude, that's great.
Oh, you guys are mean.
Yeah.
No, what? I was fascinated by what you had to share.
That explanation makes sense on the fingerprints, you know, that they're shaped like gauze, like depressions of gauze.
Because lizards have gauze-like fingertips.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. They're kind of like human alien hybrid piñatas, really. You just
something like that.
And out drops a crazy alien baby. And then before you know it, they're running amok aboard your ship. Just throwing it out. Sweet Tea does not like to be questioned or challenged.
No, that's okay.
What's happening? You guys
just
what?
mute her mic. It's fine. We can move on.
I wasn't saying anything. What's to mute? It's fine.
That's it.
Breathing.
Look at that. Only an hour and 10 minutes tonight's episode without Chachi. Things clip, baby. Clip. Clippity clop. We miss you, Chach. We miss you, Colonel. Hopefully we'll see you guys back here again. For Greg Lawson, the Paranormal Detective. For the Salty Sweet Tea. I'm Dave Schrader, and you've been watching and listening to one of the greatest examples of paranormal entertainment I think that's ever been shared on this or any other planet. I mean, I could be wrong, but if I am, I'd like you to prove it. Tonight, we uncovered some unsettling truths. The battle for UAP transparency faces an uncertain future. Who's really pulling the strings? A southern town haunted by ghostly lights. But are they spirits or signs of something stirring just beneath the crust of the earth? And what about those royals? Well, it seems even the other side isn't done with them just yet. But that's not all. We've seen museums turning away legendary UFO artifacts, alien mummies still raising more questions than answers, and Sweet Tea raising even more questions than the questions we thought that the article raised, and eerie encounters that refuse to be fading into history. The stories are real. The drinks were too, and we all know words is hard. A big thanks to Chachi for not showing up, Sweet Tea and Greg for making it here, and to our lovely and talented friend Kaity Heart, lead singer of Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Foot. Thanks for keeping it all under control, folks. Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and keep watching the skies. And to all of you, our darklings, and all of you joining in the chat room, thank you so much for making us part of your world. We love you, and we'll see you again right here next week.
It's Wednesday night and I'm alone. The Paranormal 60's on. It's just for paranormal freaks like me, with poltergeists and ghosts and blues and UAPs. You miss a word, you do a shot. It starts to snowball and we laugh a lot. It's just like drinking with your TV friends. I'll be passed out before tonight's show ends. Dreaming the aliens are taking me away. I'll go wake up till sometime late on Saturday. It's Wednesday night and I'm alone. The Paranormal 60's on. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. Sweet tea, Chachi and the Colonel and the Paranormal Detective. All read Schrader's copy and they all will be directed. He's got protective bracelets and some crazy magic tricks. Even Scully cannot save him from the voice of Stevie Nicks. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. It's Wednesday night, don't be alone. The Paranormal 60's on. Now one day Dave might even put me on the show. There's a ghost in my mom's basement, man, I live down there, I know. It's Wednesday night, don't be alone. The Paranormal 60's on. Schrader's on. Words is hard.